Kevin Sutton Show. The Kevin Sutton Show.
Google me, baby. I'm almost famous.
Kevin Sutton Show live. We back again.
Swing the remix, God.
Yes, sir. It's elections 2020 in the building. This is the Kevin Sutton Show in the crew, but we're just on the soapbox. I just want to know what is going on with you guys. Life is good and life is great. We didn't wake up with dirt on our chest. And outside of dirt on your chest, you could be sick right now. Ooh, with the virus.
Ooh.
I'm sick.
Now, when you say sick, you have to really be sure.
There's different
what
levels
type
of sick.
I am sick and tired of these high rent prices.
You got to be quick with how you respond on that. Like we were at this lovely Mexican restaurant today, and I said, yes, could I please get the Corona, a Corona? And everybody's like, what? You got to be quick with it. Can I have a Corona beer, please?
Yeah, describe it very fast. No time for lingering. No time. So it's a crazy time, guys, right?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I watched The Walking Dead, so I'm already prepared mentally for this whole situation.
Well, you can't control this. It's not like zombies.
And you couldn't control that either.
I know, but this is something that we
If
can't
you get
even
bit,
see.
you change.
But we can't even
You
see
get
this.
sneezed on, you change.
No.
Hey,
Not-
no one ever knows how it started.
Yeah, they do with the bats.
That's what.
No,
that's
I'm talking about
speculous.
Walking Dead.
Oh,
Walking Dead. They've never explained what happened.
how they first became a monster?
All we know is Rick woke up in the hospital. It's like, oh my goodness, what's going on?
Anyways, it is the middle of March. Just about. Things are crazy in the U.S. of A. We don't know what's happening. They're telling us to be careful. They close Disney World. That says a lot.
Yeah, as soon as that happens, all you hear is the rack of a gun. Like, no, bro. Why are you choking like that? Talk to me. Tell me exactly what's. So you're scared already. I'm just telling you. You can't sneeze no more.
No.
You can't
And
cough.
I have allergies. You know what season we're going into?
Yeah, your allergies are really bad, too.
Did you guys hear about that plane that went down because a guy was sneezing and coughing so much?
What do you mean it went down? It
Well,
crashed?
no. They did an
Okay.
emergency landing.
All right, sneeze. I got to save America.
No.
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 Save America.
No. There was a gentleman who was coughing and sneezing, and this is not a funny matter, really. He was coughing and sneezing, and he made the people around him so nervous that they had to land the plane. And he kept saying, "It's just sinuses. It's just sinuses."
No one believes. Okay.
Was he
Listen.
Asian? Was he Asian?
They didn't say.
Okay.
They didn't say.
So if you look Asian or you speak about meatballs and sauce, people are going to be mad at you.
No, but it's very scary at Faye's school. If you say any jokes towards Asians and about the coronavirus, you can get suspended.
Rightfully so.
You know, I mean, this is happening too much. We can't, I mean, I know we're making light of it a little because what else can you do? I know it's,
we can't panic. Have you seen Costco lines
no,
for toilet paper?
no.
Do you guys have toilet paper?
We bought expensive toilet paper yesterday.
Yeah, gold
I
plated?
couldn't even believe Kevin. He bought what he bought. He paid $50 for 3 packs of toilet paper
It was not
where?
$50 for 3 packs of toilet paper.
at Home Depot.
Home Depot, but
Look.
at least they had plenty of it.
That's the industrial.
It's three.
It's like 3 rolls in one, and he bought 3 8-packs for $50.
No.
Well, have you guys? I
Just
don't know if you guys
exaggerated.
seen this at Publix, but
a toilet paper cake.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Ah.
Oh my goodness.
You know what it tastes like? Crap.
No, but you know what? We couldn't find sanitizer.
I wonder if it's chocolate though. You had to make that.
It has to
Ew.
be.
It has to be chocolate cake.
But there's no hand sanitizer anywhere.
No.
So I
But
finally,
soap works.
I know, but like for me, I meet so many people in between.
Yeah, you can't be
Where does
kissing
that sink?
babies. You can't be
No.
hugging people. You can't be doing the Italian smooch. That's why all of Italy
Yeah.
is quarantine.
You know, the hug's not so bad because you're actually avoiding the whole face and you're not touching any skin.
Until
You're
they
just
cough
touching
on
the
your
back.
shoulder.
You're touching the back.
And they cough on your shoulder.
No. How long of a hug are you having?
The best.
No. But Kevin, let's tell
make
him.
a baby.
I went to about 5
horizontal
places. I went to 5 places looking for sanitizer and I couldn't. So finally I called the tourism industry. I called Bath and Body
Works.
Bath and Body Works. Is it that?
It's Bath and Body
Body
Works.
Works. Yeah. On iDrive,
Uh-huh.
and they had some left, and I went ahead and got 40 bottles. But check this out: they only let you have 10 per person.
So you had 3 other
Faith,
people with you.
Kevin, Lincoln.
Wait, he's holding.
I said, "Does he count?" They're like, they started laughing. I said, "He's a body." So we bought 40 bodies, and they doubled the price.
Really?
Yeah, but it wasn't like,
Isn't that price gouging?
I guess they never really made a rule for sanitizer.
you said they doubled the price of the sanitizer?
Yeah, it was higher.
The little ones you bought?
Yep. But there was nowhere else to buy it from.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, I went to Sam's Club just to do our monthly shop, our regular monthly shop over on OBT and what's that?
Sam's. OBT.
OBT and what's the crossroad over there?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
OBT and
Land Street.
Land Street. That's the best thing you can get, right? And we were just doing our regular monthly shop, and they didn't have no toilet paper, no water, no paper utensils, no paper towels, no plastic plates, no styrofoam plates. Like,
We didn't really understand
this
what was
virus
going on.
does not give you diarrhea. I don't understand why all the toilet paper is gone all around the country.
I think the reason why people were doing it is because if they get quarantined, they can't go anywhere. So they need their butt wipes.
But you can do other things to clean your booty.
Books,
We're in America.
pages.
It's not. They don't know how to do that. Oh, coming back.
That's coming back. I'm telling you, it's definitely it's a scary situation, but it's also at the same time there's the conspiracy theories that are out there. Then there's the side of what it's really doing to our economy. Commissioner, you were at you guys did the public announcement that you guys
Yeah,
did.
we just did a press conference yesterday,
Press conference that you guys talked about the economic impact that it's having on Orange County as a whole. I think we're
And this was
are we
before
almost up to
Disney-
$1 billion.
No. We're not $1 billion. We're definitely probably close to $500,000 right now.
We're
And
at
it-
$500,000.
$500,000. Yeah, in revenue.
And that's not. And that's
That
not
doesn't
even-
count what's going to
that's-
happen next week because the parks are still open today and they're still open tomorrow. But as of Monday, things will really shut down.
I'm predicting it's $1 billion by the end of this month.
Oh, definitely.
Because you're
You
not
mean
even
like $1 billion in loss?
Lost
in
revenue.
lost revenue.
We're already close to $500,000 loss. We were over 200 million loss.
Well, I mean, yeah, this is
As of 3 days
this is
ago.
a
2 conventions at the convention center easily covered $1 million.
So you know what I'm worried about, right?
No, it's way more than that.
So that's
we
why I'm
were at
saying.
like 180 million on Monday.
Dude, MegaCon is probably going to get canceled.
It already did.
Oh,
The
Yep.
Martin Lawrence concert got canceled.
Yeah, that was $20,000.
I know South by Southwest got canceled, but that's in Texas.
The NBA,
Yeah.
Orlando Magic season, the MLS, or City Lions.
NAACP.
Yeah.
The what's the
so-
hockey team?
NHL.
Solar Bears.
So,
Solar Bears.
so WrestleMania still hasn't been announced yet.
Did you see they did SmackDown with no audience?
Yeah.
I know that
That was
it's already awkward
They did
when
it here at the Performance Center.
yeah.
it's
was
already
supposed to be in
awkward when you're
Detroit.
there. Imagine when nobody's there.
But like, do you think they're going to cancel it or no?
WrestleMania,
Yeah,
isn't it in April?
it's April 5th.
Yeah, I remember I
Tampa.
was in the hospital
Well,
waiting.
Lisa's not here right now, so
But
we're not
it's
gonna
down the street.
we're not gonna lose it. We're not gonna. It's all about Orange
I
County.
know we're trying to come back in 5 years. Okay, don't lose our spot.
Well, is it even up to them? It's not, is it even up to WWE? It's not up to them, right?
Well,
I
yeah,
think
like
they're in
once
a
you lose,
contractual
yeah,
agreement,
we're in
though.
a contract.
Yeah,
we need to come
they're in a
back.
contract to have
Do you
to
not
come back
realize
next year.
this re-election of mine is based on WrestleMania?
John Cena, you hear that?
Yeah.
Oh.
John, got to meet you. But anyways, there's a lot going on, and I think it's more the unknown. You don't really know.
Yeah.
I find myself a little bit more anxious, and I don't like to be, because I've been trying to tell residents and people, just be smart, be aware of your surroundings, don't be out in crowds, wash your hands, things like that. But you can't help but start to feel a little every time you go out.
Anxious.
It is. And so now we're having a very high volume of mental health phone calls, people with anxiety.
Really?
So they've created a number where people can call for what they call telephonic mental health assistance.
Really now?
Yeah, because
That's a big old word.
people are going very, very
I thought telephonic
uneasy.
was like a music brand, like a music genre.
No, it means on the phone.
Oh.
So, but this is very serious. People are feeling it. Businesses are feeling it. They're talking about so many small businesses can go out of business
Yeah.
very soon.
That's the thing that I'm worried about. All those great small businesses that are going to be suffering. 'Cause
Yeah,
if they don't operate, they can't pay their employees, and their employees can't work. And then
We have a person that rents one of our houses, and they're saying that they just got a notice by their job that next week they might not be open. No. And it's like, it's not just a little bit of an impact. It's changing a lot. You got to think about the Uber drivers, the Lyft drivers. I'll do both. You know, equal opportunity right now. You think about them. You
The
think
food
about
delivery people.
food delivery people. They're probably working like crazy right now. But at the same time, eventually, if they quarantine, here in Orange County, you won't be able to go to work to prepare the food to deliver it for anyone. So
that's true.
things are going to shut
And then
down.
who's going to go out?
They have this nonsense where they're talking about don't be in crowds of more than 20. So 21's bad.
Yes.
No, it's, more like 25.
Okay, 26 is bad.
26 is bad.
Where's these
So what
numbers
about
coming from?
So what about movie theaters?
They're at 50% sales only.
But
They're not selling
know-
at movie theaters.
see, there's certain areas that they're known for being clean. Like, I love going to Disney because Disney, it just seems super sanitary. And I'm not saying I'm going to Disney eating off the floor, but you know
I
what?
mean,
damn it?
have you? I
You
mean,
can
it's
do
great.
it. I've dropped my what's it called? My caramel apple.
Yeah.
Right on Disney property.
Food and Wine Festival.
And I
Goofy,
picked it up.
Goofy picked it right up and said, gorge.
And I tore it up. I wasn't worried about it.
delicious.
But I would not drop my food at Universal. and eat it.
Hey.
I'm just telling you. They got gum all on the floor.
Hey.
They don't
Disney
paint.
picks up the gum.
That's that
They don't
grit.
paint. The walls got chips and flakes all on it. It's like there's a difference. There's Disney and there's Universal. Now, I'm not saying Universal's a bad place. They just don't take care of the small details.
That's true.
And look at all the other cruises out there. All the cruises that are out there in the world, the number one cruises that have infectious diseases transferred on and off of their boat all the time, getting locked down, the captain jumping off the boat and sink shipping, and the ship, what is it? Shipping and sinking the ship. All of it's happening on other cruises, not Disney. Because Disney cleans. Myers, your dad, he went on that 20-day cruise, came back with a virus, whole booty hole on fire.
It's true.
Then he was like, then he told his wife, "Oh, you got the virus."
No, she
And
got it first.
Oh, she had it, and then he was making.
You know,
fun
for
of her.
real, they were on a 30-day cruise, and there was a stomach virus at the time. We had gone on a Disney cruise, and they had like quarantine certain areas, like you couldn't get your own drinks and stuff like that. My dad went on a cruise at the same time. His was longer. Ours was only 7 days. His was 30 days. My stepmom got the infection. They locked them in the room and would fine them $500 if they left the room. They'd had all their meals delivered because it was
Walking
contagious.
Dead.
$500.
Yeah, they left the room. And so, but my dad didn't get sick. He was around her, no problem.
But he was
Yay,
stuck
yay,
in the
yay,
room
yay.
with her.
And then when they got to Miami, when they ported, my dad got sick. So
her booty hole was on fire. Then when he got home, his booty hole was on fire. Then he's talking about y'all gonna come and visit. Ain't nobody coming to see you, man. I don't want the fire buns.
Dude. That's really...
Disney is really good at cleaning and sanitizing their park. Literally, have you ever gone to Disney like early in the morning?
you can smell the bleach.
I've only been to Disney one time.
What?
Okay, we gotta go. You'll love the shows. But we went to Disney. Remember that time we did the backstage
Oh, we did a 5 o'clock in the morning for the Christmas
with
program.
Jason Derulo and Christmas parade thing
Neo.
or whatever. Neo, right? So they
You know the Christmas parade on Christmas Day?
Oh, okay.
They record that before the park opens.
So
And
the
so-
park is not open
Open
at
yet.
all.
We went
They
at
make you
5
wait.
a.m.
And then while you're waiting there, they say, please, no recording. Please put your phones down. No recording. Please, no recording. And literally, it's trucks, like full F-250s driving around the park where people walk.
Yeah.
And they're like spraying desanitizer and scrubbing stuff and gum scraping and cleaning windows. And
I wonder who they're.
That was 3 years ago. Pressure washing. Remember?
like no virus at all. This is just what they do. So when you enter,
Do you think that's like
the
that's
virus,
contracted out to people, or do
No,
they
they're
do that
Disney people.
internally?
this is Disney. Disney's like, we got to be clean. So now you add a virus. to the
China.
situation. Yes.
China.
You add a virus, and once the virus comes, Disney's gonna hype up their cleaning capabilities like ninjas.
Oh, so do you anticipate them being closed longer than the 2 weeks they said?
I hope not.
Once again, where do these numbers come from? 25 people, 26 people, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. What's stopping in 2 weeks, brother?
Well, I can answer that, okay? Because they're saying it takes about 14 days to quarantine and go through the virus. So they're anticipating about 2.5 weeks
Find out who's sick or not.
to see if this elevates to a new level or this starts to get better. So that's where that 14 days, and it's actually a little bit more than 14 days. They're like talking about opening up like April 1st.
Yeah.
But that's where that number comes. Because if you count today till then, it's over 14 days.
Okay.
And that's why the
thank you.
school...
See, this is what
That's why the
eases
school
people.
system is closed for 2 weeks because 2
But
weeks
this
is
is what
14
y'all should have
days.
said during the press release.
But we're
for,
not-
For the ignorant people like myself, I'm confused. I'm like, where does this magical number come out of the mayor's bandula that he can just say 20 days, 30 weeks, 4 weeks, 20 crowds of 20, 25, 35, 45, 50, whatever. When you tell people that there's an issue, you got to simplify it. I don't want to
Yes.
hear Corrosis Dosis CD TV 19. No, you named it the
COVID.
You've named it the coronavirus. Stop changing it because I thought something new started.
He saw COVID-19. He's like, there's only 19 cases.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they talking about? What are they talking
I
about?
fully
Don't-
understand.
Kevin said, how are they in 42 states if there's only 19 cases? That just doesn't even add up. You can't even
what I'm
count to
saying?
42.
You see what I'm saying?
He
Then there's
did.
something wrong with you. You're certainly not very good.
Exactly. I'm with President Trump. I'm going to be ignorant for a minute. And I'm just going to tell you that you cannot change up the names on things in the midst of a terrible situation. Now, I know they feel sorry for Corona beers and they don't want to have their stocks keep on dropping, but it's dropping, brother. Because there was no Coronas at the Mexican restaurant.
There wasn't.
No, they were sitting. The ones they had was sitting in the refrigerator. Everybody's drinking everything else. Bud Light, Anheuser-Busch.
But Corona's
Michelob.
good.
No, it wasn't selling, man.
I'm saying it's good though.
It
Corona's
was.
good.
I hear you, but it wasn't selling.
Are Americans that dumb?
Yes. Did you know the stocks for Corona beer dropped massively?
Do you not realize we're out of toilet paper? Do you not realize
They did
we're
not
out of
say,
sanitizer?
If you get the coronavirus, you're gonna have really bad diarrhea.
Look,
You're not a nice person.
they're even saying you can't even buy alcohol because people are trying to make their own sanitizer, alcohol and aloe.
And it's not even the right stuff. Alcohol has to be the right proof.
Yeah.
So you can't just buy some bull groovity.
Next, you know, the liquor store is going to be out of alcohol. People are going to start making sanitizer with, Jim Beam. And what's the
They'll
other
start
one?
licking their hands. That'll just make it worse.
Jack Daniels. That'll be the next thing.
If Jack Daniels get rid of the coronavirus, I'm straight.
And cocaine does not get rid of the coronavirus.
Who told you? Andrew Gillum?
Oh Lord, I've heard that's been spread around.
Yes.
That cocaine will get it out of you?
It was just a meme that was shared, and then people
But
were
once
like,
it's shared,
"Oh,
it's instantly people are like, you know what? I heard.
I want to try this."
I love when people do this. Like, hey, look, you're not a doctor. You're not part of the task force to getting the right, correct information out to the people. The internet is ruining us.
What do you mean ruining?
It's
ruined.
Yeah,
us.
it's ruined us. Sorry.
Ruined.
Because people are literally spreading all these things. A lady literally shared, it seems like 1.6 million times her post of how to create your own hand sanitizer been shared, and it is wrong.
What does it say?
It was wrong. Like the listing, one of my friends that's a physician said that's not the correct way to make it.
Okay, I got the list right here. It says
Where did you get that
It
list
says
from?
30%
Where?
isopropyl alcohol.
No. Don't spread the lies.
30% isopropyl alcohol, 2 glazed Krispy Kreme donuts. Looks like a left boot.
You're an idiot.
And 3 used rolls of toilet paper. Well, that's going to be hard to find.
An aloe.
No aloe here. Oh, wait. A whole aloe tree.
This is what I'm
For
saying.
2 ounces.
Like all your information that you get, please don't just get it off the internet. Please don't just Google. Even remember Faith School. I remember when Wikipedia came out, and it was really pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
It had really great detail.
Except that they found out you can write your own.
And then all that. See, you just took my.
Have you seen Kevin's?
You took
have
my.
you seen your Wikipedia that I wrote for you?
No.
You didn't see what I wrote for you?
No. An idiot. I gotta see that.
I said
now.
you battled dragons.
So
Really?
once Wikipedia started letting people
Do
be
their own resume.
editors of it, that information no longer becomes useful. The schools told the kids, if you use Wikipedia, you will not get an actual grade on your tests.
It doesn't count as a source.
You can't use it as a source. So that's bad. And when people start doing these things and all these YouTubers and influencers talking about this is how you do it. Okay, go on the internet to figure out how to make slime.
What do you mean slime?
You know slime that the kids was playing with like crazy and buying all types of stuff, and they was
But
making a little
slime is the stuff that's behind the toilet seat, right?
No,
the
It's what the kids was making for a
slime.
long time. Kids was making slime, make your own slime.
like the Nickelodeon
Remember the
slime?
Nickelodeon slime?
Yeah.
We used to buy it. Well,
Yeah, it was called
somebody, GAC, exactly. Well, somebody came out with the ingredients, put it on the internet, and all these kids were making it themselves. And it actually worked. I thought it was going to be some boo-boo. It actually worked.
So you did it?
Yeah, I did it with Faith. Faith told me about it.
It
I'm
was
like, oh, this is
glue
cool.
and shaving cream and
Yeah, you mix that together, and boom, you got your own GAC.
Really?
I'm
You
like,
didn't
I
know?
spend $5 making GAC.
they're slime kits.
Yeah, and
Can you
just
eat it?
You do different color like dye, and you can make. No, you can't eat it. But actually, it's non-toxic. It's non-toxic.
It's
So
Elmer's glue, shaving cream, and what else?
it was dye, food coloring,
Coloring. Yeah.
and then you can add sparkles to it. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, the stuff people are doing all over the place. There's people who literally were making a career out of making slime and sending it to you if you couldn't make it on your own.
Really?
And the thing is that's great, but you can't do that with things that are very important, like thinking you're protecting your family by spraying or using that as a hand sanitizer, and it's not working at all. You don't want to go out with, a condom with a hole in the middle.
No. I mean, if you want kids, that's cool.
Yeah. So that's basically what people are doing. Get your information, kind of like what I tell people about CPR. Go to the National Heart and Lung Association. You can watch on their YouTube videos, see how to do CPR adequately to, from infant CPR to adults. You can get that information right there. But
So
you don't
get the
just
good
go.
information when it comes to the
go
coronavirus.
when we come back, I'm going to give the number that you can call if you live in Orange County.
Yep.
This is
I'll give out the number
information.
and the website that you can go if you actually want.
Get at
I know we are trying to make light of the situation because everyone
you
is so
gotta laugh.
nervous.
You don't laugh about it.
But
It's
we're really
horrible.
going to give you the information that you need in case you have concerns or you think you need screening or you need to just talk to someone.
Like, oh my goodness, my house is on fire. Let me call Kevin, 407-325-7352. Hey, Kevin, my house is on fire. What should I do? I don't know. Run! Should call 911. Stay right there. We're going to commercial break.
Winner of the prestigious International North American Florida Sports Radio Award. Yeah, I just made that up. I don't even like sport. You're listening to The Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Okay, so apparently I got in trouble during this commercial break because I'm super ignorant, and I apologize to anybody I may have offended by the usage of my foul words.
Slime?
I actually didn't say anything bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
I'm just trying to figure out why I got in trouble.
Well, I mean, like I said, I know we are trying to, bring some laughter on the weekend and to all those folks that do listen. But there is a lot going on, and we do have to acknowledge the current situation with the COVID-19, also known as the coronavirus. And we do have cases in Orange, Osceola, and Seminole County now. We did have a resident from Orange County pass away, but when she was diagnosed on the West Coast, she never came back to Florida. But because she was from Central Florida, she counted as a Central Florida death. So she went, it seems like there was a Egyptian Nile cruise.
Okay.
And a lot of people who are on that cruise
Really?
do have it. Yeah. It was a 14-day Egyptian Nile cruise, and the woman who died was on there.
Now, so not counting your position, okay? If you guys are just two average Joes, would you guys go on a cruise or travel?
Knowing what I hear,
extremely, if it was extremely cheap, the prices are that they're at. Would you take that risk? Because I mean, both of you don't really fall into the danger zone because you're not old, and both of y'all's Myers maybe immune system maybe a little compromised a little bit, but compared to older people, obviously it's not bad. So would you guys take that risk?
no.
Kevin? If it was just you.
He didn't have us.
No, if it was just Kevin.
No Faith, no Lincoln, no
Yeah,
Myra.
Yeah. If this was our black guy cruise, this was our black guy trip, would you go?
Bruh.
Andrew Gillum's on the boat.
Listen. I'm not putting myself in jeopardy. Now, what I thought should happen, right? Our president, he's a little off.
That he is?
He's a little off. Like, get my theory first, right? He's a little off, and he comes up with some crazy things, off the wall stuff. He should have just said, if you're from any of these said countries that have the issues, you can't come into America. And then the boat companies, the cruise ships, was said, if you come from any of those countries, since the president said you can't come in America, you can't come on our ships, right? And then we would be in a better situation. And he also should have said, if you are American and went over to any of those places, you can't come back either.
You can't come back.
Can't come back.
Well,
Gotta
that's
get
a little
quarantine.
extreme.
Nah,
Quarantine
get
is okay.
No, I'm not talking about let's see if he has a fever and come on in. No, I'm talking about quarantine for the 15, the 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Sit him in a bucket room and let him sit there, and then you see.
You're not a nice person.
I know, President. I'm just telling you that I'm saying what I think you should have said. And then if that would have happened, we would be in a better predicament right now than us allowing people that was hanging out. Look, you have Commissioner Bonilla. She just self-quarantined herself. She was up in D.C. shaking hands and rubbing faces with people up in Washington, D.C., and now she's self-quarantining herself. Talking about, I was there with somebody that had it. Now, if they would have stopped that, we wouldn't have these issues. So I'm saying I would go if the president would drop the mic on them and say, I don't care about nobody. Ain't nobody coming in unless you're truly tested and quarantined. Because look what he got. He got a whole situation. Now he worried about who he shook hands with. I wonder if he grabbed him by the Gouda Gap.
Well, let's digress this. So if you live in Orange County and you have questions and you want more information, the Florida Department of Health in Orange County has established a coronavirus call center number for Orange County, Florida residents. So if you don't live in the area, they're not going to have information that's pertinent to you, but it's 407-723-5004. That's again, 407-723-5004. Now, they're only available Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. I know it's the weekend, but if you are showing symptoms and would like to know where to get tested for the COVID-19, you need to contact Orange County COVID-19 call center. We are waiting for the kits, the testing kits to arrive. They have just passed a stimulus package with our federal government, with the House of Representatives. There will be no fee for the test, which prior to this, did you know it was $1,600 for the test? Wow. So there's no fee.
Now, how does that make any sense? $1,600 for a test. Just kill me.
That's expensive. You know how many people?
Nobody can afford that. So if you are, Mara, you said if you're experiencing symptoms, so those symptoms include runny nose, Sore throat.
No, runny nose actually is not because
That
it's an
means that
upper
you're good.
respiratory.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're saying that you're good.
One of the biggest triggers is if you have a fever over 104. Okay, that is this is per the health department, the director of the health department, Dr. Pino, who advised us on Friday. You have a temperature over 104, excessive coughing, you having the chills, so those sweats, those cold sweats, those are big triggers. If you've been around anyone who has been out of the U.S. of America or have been with someone outside of the U.S., especially in the hot zone areas, or if you have been out of the country in the past 14 days. So it's not just because realize, Phil, the flu's going around too.
Yeah.
And it's also allergy season. So runny nose, sneezing is not
That's all
unusual.
me.
But a lot of the symptoms, people believe it's not an upper respiratory. It's actually a lower respiratory. It's your lungs that are compromised.
Gotcha.
So not a runny nose. That's actually a misconception, that runny nose.
So it says, so this is from the CDC.gov. It says fever, like you said.
Yeah, over 104.
Cough, shortness of breath.
Shortness of breath.
And then it says if you develop emergency warning signs, obviously seek medical attention. And now these emergency warning signs include, but not limited to, difficulty breathing or shortness of breath, like you said, persistent pain or pressure in the chest, new confusion or inability to arouse, or bluish lips or face.
So basically, it does affect your lungs. You basically are suffocating.
Hold on, I think that's a different lung. Are you talking about that?
No, but I mean, I thought that was kind of funny. But you got it though.
But like what you're saying, like if you're dealing with any of those symptoms, but what I did hear is they said don't take your butt to the hospital because you have those symptoms. What you should do is call in first. Because going to the hospital, there's people at the hospital that's just there because, you know what, I stubbed my toe and it split it open, or I bumped my knee.
Yeah, or it's an old person that
I got a
needs
cough.
to get their hip replaced or
You
something.
got pneumonia.
So you just run into the hospital, talking about, oh, 911, I don't feel right, and then go in there, and then you got it, and then in the waiting room, you spreading it. Like, no, you got some of these illnesses that you just read off. Stay at home.
Call 911.
Tell them what you're feeling. Tell them what you're dealing with. I have an inability to arouse.
But you know what's crazy? There is a test that you can take.
My wife is mad at me. Sir, we're trying to help you. Yes, I cannot get aroused. Is that on the list, Phil? You're in it. You have it.
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You guys are idiots.
I'm just saying.
I don't believe
if
you
you
at all.
call 911.
Don't call 911 for that.
I have an inability.
Call for everything else except for what was on that. Take that off the list.
Everybody really does say that, but I don't
does?
think that's not what it means, though.
Oh, okay. Maybe there's another. Mark, you're the smart one here. Can you?
I'm not going to comment on that. I'm just going to stick to what I know. But shortness of breath is something, and they said,
Oh, if you can't hold your breath.
hold your breath for 15 seconds, and if you start coughing,
Well, what if you smoke?
well, that's different.
Yeah. Kevin, can you hold your breath?
He's holding it.
Who do you think can hold his breath longer, me or Kevin, Myra?
Actually, Kevin.
You think so?
Yeah, you guys ready?
Hold on, I was already holding my breath though.
I'll
Maya,
time you guys.
Okay,
you
but
have
you
to-
got to talk while we're doing
I
it.
you
will,
have to
okay.
provide
Stop.
commentary.
Yeah, you can't just stop the show.
I am going to. You guys ready?
No, hold on. Let me get my,
Oh,
my
Lord, that's
TikTok
fast.
sound. Hold on.
Okay.
So what happens if you can't hold your breath? Does that mean you got the corona?
No, it's
Or
if
the
you start
CGVD?
coughing. If you cough, COVID.
Yeah, no.
So it's being able to hold your breath and not basically having a cough. But as you can tell, those symptoms of shortness of breath have to do with your lungs. So it's not a head cold. But a lot of people are being confused because they could have the flu.
Yeah, this is very
They could have a
confusing.
sinus infection.
So do you think people are overreacting or underreacting?
Overreacting.
Over. Because then the other thing is if you have bad sinuses, and you've been around me for 18 years, you know it starts with sneezing, turns into a runny nose, then it turns into a sinus infection,
Sore throat.
which
Your
a
ears.
sore throat, huge, massive headaches comes in, and then the mucus starts.
And then inability
And
to
then the
arouse.
cough is.
That's not part of it. You guys ready? Here we go.
Wait.
Thank
I
you
got
for
it.
defending my manhood.
All right, hang on. Turn this over. Kevin, you ready to lose?
You ready?
So
Oh man, Kevin,
what's
he is
the-
trying. How much is on the table?
I don't know. What's the prize here?
$10.
$10.
My VR goggles.
VR. Oh yeah.
Hold on, but what do I win? I don't want them back.
if you win, I'll tell you and everyone a secret.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
About who?
The coronavirus.
Oh Lord.
Oh my goodness. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Start it. Go. So we. Okay, so Phil is done. Kevin is still going. He's at 11 seconds.
He made me laugh
How did he make you laugh? He's just looking at you.
because his face.
Go on, Kevin. You're going on 19 seconds and 20. So he can usually go under the water, go down, and come back and not have a problem with breathing. And he is still not breathing. His face is turning red. His head is getting shiny.
He's not
He's
breathing
going at
because-
33 seconds and
he-
35.
Because he died a long time ago.
And you're 40 seconds, Kevin. Oh, man. It looks like he could just be breathing out of his nose, right? Oh, he's holding his nose.
Can black people turn blue?
Yeah, they can. Their lips can. He's over 52 seconds. Uh-oh, is he going to round out a minute? Oh, my goodness. That is Kevin going at 58, 59. 1 minute, Kevin. You're 1 minute in. I think he's good. 105. Okay.
I used to do
So,
longer than that.
1 minute and 6 seconds.
But so I would be coughing right now, is what you're saying, though.
Yeah. Phil did 7 seconds.
I don't even think I did that.
You can still get the VR goggles. But so, like, basically, if you were to hold your breath for 10, 15 seconds, instantly when you get done, you're having respiratory issues and coughing and stuff.
Yeah. So overall in all, please make sure if you have questions, please call the center and get the information. You don't want to just panic. You don't want to rush into an emergency room because you could infect other people. 407-723-5004. That's a call center for Orange County. And remember, if you've been around someone who has been to any of those countries that are in question, if you've traveled abroad, you have fever over 104 degrees. But even if you've traveled abroad or been around someone who could be potentially a victim of the coronavirus, quarantine yourself. I think that's really like, what's his name? Rick Scott, the senator. He was around the Brazilian gentleman who has tested
Oh, I know
positive.
Rick Scott did it too.
He's quarantined. Yep. He has
But
quarantined
he's an
himself.
alien. Aliens
He's
can't
from,
get it.
he's from Mars.
Yeah. Look what happened in Canada. The guy, the prime minister's
Justin
wife
Trudeau,
got it,
yeah.
and now he has it.
Wow, it's like Tom Hanks.
And Rita.
I don't understand. Like, see, at first I thought this was a rich person's problem, right? You traveling all out of the country, flipping and doing, sipping champagne, and eating caviar, and boom, you're sick.
But think about it. He could have been on a movie set, kissing somebody, touching someone. They could have been doing his hair, doing
Yeah,
his
what
makeup.
was he doing since? That's what I want to know.
But they were. But here's the crazy thing: is him and his wife were actually out in Australia. They went to the what's the thing called that's got the leaves coming out? Their stadium.
Oh, jeez.
Their Dr.
Oh,
Phillips Center.
the one in Sydney.
Sydney.
the
Yeah. What's it
Sydney.
called?
Oh, I have no
I
idea.
can't think of it. I
Okay.
used to know it. Can't think of it.
They
right
were out there. They'd gone out to dinner. They'd been with friends. They've done a lot of sightseeing. Their son was with them, and they have it. So they, who knows how, he took a bunch of selfies. He did autographs in Australia.
now. See,
Same thing with the NBA player. You heard what he did, right?
What did he do?
Rudy Gobert.
What did he do?
So a few days ago,
Does he play for Utah?
yeah,
Okay, but they said there's 2 NBA players.
yeah,
Who's the other one?
another player on the Utah.
Both on the Utah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Rudy Gobert, he was mocking it, and he was touching all the microphones and all that stuff all around before he was even tested
before a press conference.
during a press conference because they were asking him.
Why does this sound like President Trump?
Well, what about you? Okay, so you hear he did that, and there was another story of somebody also. I
But
mean,
I'm saying, where did he get? See, this is the thing. So I understand people's privacies, right? And so we don't want people to start tracking them down and going to their house and protesting and all type of stuff or causing anyone any harm. But if, let's say, for instance, since we know the basketball player, right? Basketball player was out chilling, doing whatever basketball players with a bunch of money do. Next thing you know, he gets tested. He finds out, oh, man, I'm positive, right? Mm-hmm. He quarantines himself. What was he doing for the last 2 weeks?
Before that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, how long is it with you? And you're saying within, like, 14 days, you have it. So do we need to track 14 days back from the before he got tested?
But you can also be a carrier. You may not get it, and you carry it.
Oh, man.
Like little kids.
That's
and I heard
what's
dogs
insane.
or something like that, right?
But you can't get it from dogs. But what about
Unless you eat 'em.
the soccer player, Ronaldo?
Mm-hmm.
One of his teammates has it. So
Really?
he has self-quarantined himself. He's not symptomatic. He doesn't have any of the symptoms, but he knew one of the guys on our team has tested positive. So he has now quarantined himself, which is what Rick Scott did also. He knew he was in the room.
I don't like Rick Scott, but I'm going to commend him for doing that.
Yeah, and that's hard. I mean, quarantine yourself to the world, staying locked in, quarantine yourself from your family, because it's not, if I quarantine myself, I can't hang out with you guys. I have to be by myself in a
Can
room.
I be quarantined?
Party. Pizza party. Ooh.
Now, that's funny for like one day.
One
After
day,
that,
that's funny.
14 days, Faith is like going into like rejection. She doesn't know what she's going to do for 14 days.
She got her phone. Right?
Yeah, but she thought she's going to go to Universal. We normally go on vacation on spring break. None of that's happening.
So were you guys supposed to go on a cruise or what?
We early on were going to go on a cruise, and then I just said it was too much, so
Yeah.
we decided to maybe do a staycation. But then that's not even the smartest thing to do.
Wow.
So we're going to stay home, stay locked in. And honestly, I don't think she should even be hanging out with other people. People are silly, It's not worth it.
Do you have a bubble?
As little of a bubble as we can, our house. And we clean it. And we even sanitize ourselves at our own house around each other. So, but I think, you just got to be smart. I tell people all the time, I've done plenty of interviews over the last 2 weeks. Be smart. Be smart about who you're with. Be smart about your surroundings. Wash your hands. Try not to stay around people. And I'm a big hugger and a kisser, a kiss on the cheek. A big hugger. I always shake hands. It's really hard for me to not do that now.
You don't know where people have been, though.
That's it. You don't know. And honestly, we live in a state with such high diversity. So many people. We have international flights, the Caribbean, the cruise line. You don't know where anybody's been.
I'm just saying it's a very strange situation, and I want people. Unfortunately, they're saying, oh, it transfers just the same in a sense as like the flu virus. But we know we live in a nasty place, and there's tons of people that don't have good hygiene. Especially as guys, we see people leave the bathroom all the time because it's open. See guys walk out of the bathroom, jiggle the hot dog, and walk right out. Like, if you don't wash your hands on a normal day, you got to remember we had the hepatitis. It's the highest case rate load we've ever had in Orange County right now with hepatitis. Got the flu situation going on, and that's hand washing, sanitizing, but people aren't doing it. So
That's right. So just be smart. We want to see you around for a long time, and hopefully minimize this.
I think the way to minimize it is so easy. It's complicated. All right. Oh, we gone?
We're gone.
Oh,
Love you guys.
snap. That went fast.
Thank
I
you.
didn't get to say nothing else ignorant.
Bye.
Hold on. 10 times a day.
Cut his mic off. We're good.
Love you.
Bye.
Love y'all. Share it. Do whatever you do. Kevin Sutton. Hit me up on Facebook.
Hey, the only thing you guys can spread that's positive is this podcast.
I like
There you
that.
go.
I like that. That's nice. Sneeze on that.
And babies.